Live life so that you create good vibes. The good vibes. Live life so that you radiate good vibes. The good vibes. Live life so that you generate good vibes. The good vibes. Live life so as to emanate good vibes. The good vibes. Spread the message of your life with good vibes. With good vibes. With good vibes. Welcome to the Good Vibes Podcast. Hey my friends, and welcome to this episode of the Good Vibes. I'm super excited that you are over here. Today we will continue on our journey of evolved learning. Evolved learning is when we learn from all the people in our lives and otherwise, all the things and experiences that we encounter. In general, we learn from life. So get pumped up now to feel alive with the Good Vibes. Hey my friends, and welcome to the Good Vibes. I'm your host Tushar, and today we'll be talking about the flow of life. Now, haven't you had some times in your life where you plan something in your mind and you say, this is the way it's going to go, but something drastically opposite happens? And these are times when we start feeling frustrated about the way things have shaped up. And it happened with me today. I had a plan of doing things a particular way or seeing a particular place. That was my idea. But my family had something else in mind. They wanted to go someplace. They wanted to travel and walk another route. In simple terms, we are on a vacation. We are in Kasauli, which is in Himachal Pradesh, India. It's a hill station, very, very beautiful. You should visit this place. It's near Shimla, the capital of Himachal Pradesh, and very close to Chandigarh, which is the capital of Punjab. So this place is a hill station. It's 6,000 odd feet above ground level, and we enjoyed our time. And since it is a very short trip, just 2 days, I felt like going to the bazaar on the second day and roaming around. But my family said, let's see the sunset point. Let's do this. They had an alternate plan, which was also very good. But then I had formed things away in my mind. And then this came up. And then it was a point where I could have got frustrated. And I did for some time. I didn't want to do things the other way. But later, when I went for that sunset walk, I realized that this was the flow of life. The flow. It was something, it was the way that energy of life wanted to take me. It's something that you're given. It's a channel in which you are going to go, because that is where the flow or that energy is flowing. So it's best to go with the flow. Let me give you an insight to this concept. So this is like, it is like a beam of light. Now you know the basic property of light is that it flows in one direction. Let's just suppose that our flow is this beam of light, and we are a hollow cylinder which has to let this light flow through us. Now can you imagine a torch towards a wall, and we have this cylinder or container through which we need to let the light flow. So we keep the cylinder in front of the torch and we let the light flow. So when the cylinder is on the same path of the torch, when they both are in congruence with each other, when they are kept in the same line, in the same direction, then maximum light flows out of the cylinder. Maximum. So, the same way, we are also a beam of that flow that I'm talking about. Is that torch or is that light which is flowing through us? And it flows through us the best, or in other words, we feel most alive, we feel very good about ourselves, or we feel life. We feel life when we align ourselves with the flow, or in other words, we go with the flow. So, how do you do that? How do you go with the flow? Sometimes we are really stuck up about a particular way of achieving things, but we realize that when we go with the flow, we realize that life has another way. It wants to give you another insight, it wants to share something with you. That's why it's taking you on this detour, as we call it. But that is the path through which life wants to take us. Now, I don't want you to confuse flow with destiny. I mean, it can be termed as the same thing, but I would like to call destiny as something that could be I don't know. That's another thing to talk about destiny. It can be something that is pre-decided, or it's something that we decide. But anyway, we all know that we are going to end up somewhere after we live this life of ours. And wherever we end up, whatever we do, and the final destination is called destiny. And we can't call or state our destiny to be X, Y, or Z, because it's something that is pre-decided for us, as I think. But flow, on the other hand, is something that we can choose what to do, but life takes us on another track or another road. It takes us on an alternate path sometimes to give us what we need to learn. So let's take it in simple terms. Destiny is the destination and flow is the journey. So it's how things shape up, what comes up on your way, who you meet, what you do, how you take opportunities, how you evaluate it. That's all a part of the flow. So the flow of life is very important to help you reach your destiny. So that's why it's best to flow, to go with the flow. Because once you go with the flow, you're more likely to hit that destiny, hit the best place. I mean, get the right lessons. Because you're going to reach your destiny in any case. But if you go with the flow, you're going to have all the right life lessons, you're going to learn all the right things, and you're going to carry it with you, inside you, till you reach your destiny. And that'll feel even more fruitful. It'll feel complete, because you've picked up those those Easter eggs on the route. You've picked up those things, you've kept it with you, you've learned your lessons, and then you keep moving ahead towards that destiny of yours. So flow is essentially the journey of life. It's where life takes you. Now, you need to know one thing which is very important, and it's essential for you to go with the flow. You need to trust the flow. You need to trust that the flow has the right things kept in place for you. You need to trust the fact that the flow is for you. It's a gift. It's how your life was designed. It's the blueprint of your life, and it's the execution of the blueprint. So you need to trust it with 100% faith and belief in it, because you need to trust that it's going to take you to the right place. You need to trust your flow. That's essential. That's the key. And The second thing you need to do, I'm going to tell you how to trust the flow. So it's about perceiving it differently. You need to tell yourself when you feel that this is not a right opportunity, but life is pushing you to that way and you feel that that's not for you. You need to tell yourself, this is for me. If it's decided by life, if it's decided for the flow, then it's something that I need to see, experience, or feel. It's something that I have to be in to know what life wants to show me. Because many a times we think we don't need something, but life feels you need it. Life feels you need to know that. So that's why it sends you in that direction. We need to lean in and grab the message that life wants to offer us. And then you need to ask yourself, what's here for me? When you are pushed into a state where you don't want to be, then you need to ask yourself, what's in it here for me? Why have I been sent here? And there is always a reason. Either you get to know yourself better, or you meet someone, or you discover something new. There is always a reason for you, and you may not discover the reason instantly, but at least you start the process of knowing, and time reveals all secrets. So there is a reason for you being placed somewhere. It's either that you're getting to know yourself better, or some reason which you need to find out why. So next time you find yourself in a position where you don't want to be, or you feel that I should have been somewhere else, ask yourself this: what's in it for me here? Why am I here? Or you could also ask yourself, what do I need to learn from this place? How can I make this work for me? And the third thing you can do after you've done these two, that is trust the flow, that is tell yourself that things are for you in that place, and asking yourself, what's here for me? The third thing you can do is reflect upon your time spent in that particular situation. After it's over, after it's done, go about asking yourself, when you're in the situation, you need to ask yourself, what's in it here for me? And if you don't get an answer there, you move on to the third step, that is reflection of your situation, and ask yourself, why was I there? It's a different perception, because when you're in it you have a different answer, and when you're out of it maybe you have the same answer, but most likely you may get an additional answer, you may get something else. So it's really important to reflect upon why you were sent to a particular place. And when you reflect, you come up with some more life lessons. You learn something. Either you see and reflect upon the people you met, what you could take from their experience. Maybe you found you behave a particular way in a particular situation. You can ask yourself whether you like the way you behaved, or you would want to make it better into something else, because there is always something to learn when you reflect upon your experiences. Then in the end, I would like to say there is always something for you. Always. There is always something for you. Either, and it could be a reflection, it could be an experience, it could be a new insight. There is always going to be something there for you. That's why the flow, the energy, the force, whatever you can call it, sent you to that place to learn, to discover, to explore. That's what life is about. Because by the end of it, we are just small creations to observe this beautiful world. And that's why we were sent on a particular path by our Creator to see all the things that He has created, to observe, experience, and cherish this beautiful world that He's gifted us with. That's why He's made such a thing as a destiny. That's why He's made this flow that is going to take us through life and give us the best of the experiences. That was today's podcast, to remind you that there is always something there for you. Just look out for it. And the next time you find yourself in another direction, go with the flow. Trust the flow. Ask yourself, what is it? What is in it here for me? Change your perception and tell yourself that there is something there for you. And then reflect upon your experiences in that situation and find your life lessons. Find those things that made you happy, made you sad. Just reflect upon all these things to know more about yourself and to enjoy life better. That was today's podcast, my friends. I hope you enjoyed it, you found it valuable, and you get your life lessons after those valuable moments of reflection and going in the flow. I hope you all have a wonderful day today. I'll meet you again next time. Hey my friends, did you enjoy this podcast? If you did, do rate, review and subscribe to it on iTunes or whichever app or application you are using. And if you feel someone in your life needs to hear this message, don't think twice about sharing it. Or if you feel this inspires you to record one of your own podcasts, go ahead and spread the good vibes. Spread the message of your life with good vibes.